Crocodile Smile 14, Operation Python Dance 41. But in the north, they think they are punishing us. They think they are making us suffer. The more they concentrate their firepower, their military might and strength in Biafra land, the more their fellow terrorists are ravaging the north. They think they're smart. They don't know that this God we worship is exceptional. That's why we call Chukwukika Biama all the time. Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai. God knows what he's doing. And as I said before, allow me to repeat. Everybody who had a hand in this, you will suffer twice that pain. I don't like what's happening in the middle belt. But it is just God reminding them that what you did in 66 and 77 is not very good. In the north itself, it has become a region of endless funerals and perpetual bereavement. Perpetual. Every day there'll be killings in the north, abductions and banditry. Every blessed day is a curse. Under this climate, you think you can salvage Nigeria? You must be dreaming. As somebody quite rightly said, everywhere you go in the north everywhere you go in the world is always the north giving problem. He said North Korea, North Yemen, Northern Sudan. Some people are very funny. And Northern Nigeria. It's always the north giving problems. Always. Always the north giving problems. Always. Always the north giving problems. We must preach this very gospel that heaven may bear us witness, not man. Because the people that inhabit Africa right now, frankly speaking, they cannot reason very well. This Shobowale went on to say that I wish that historical Lord Lugard and the King or Queen of England, who granted him the powers to rule and ruin our lives alive today, to behold the explosions being set off by the time bomb they planted in the north of Africa in 1914. This is what we've been preaching. Very simple and neat. I want everybody to read it. It's a very compelling article written by Dele Shobowale. It's in Vanguard newspaper. Very brilliant article. People are now beginning to accept our premise, our postulations from time. This title, The North Has Already Destroyed Itself, Part 1. A very compelling article. Very simple and very neat. Who brought this pain upon us? This Yoruba writer very succinctly articulated in just one paragraph. I wish that historical Lord Lugard and the King or Queen of England, who granted him the powers to rule and ruin our lives. I never believe I will hear a Yoruba man say this about Nigeria. Ruin our people. When they brought us the Bible, they didn't take the Bible to the north. No, they didn't go to the north. It's us now in the south, clapping our hands and praising God, which is a good thing to do, of course. To praise God is good. Praising God, they said, oh, our Lord Jesus Christ, our Lord. And then somebody came to your village and his name is Lord Lugard. Oh dear, this is advanced 419. Because in the Bible we're reading about our Lord, our Savior, our Lord Jesus Christ is coming, our Savior. And somebody came to your village and asked, oh, what's his name? His name is Lord Lugard. So that means he's supposed to come before Jesus will come. So anything he says is fine. That's why people accepted one Nigeria. Because it was founded by somebody called Lord Lugard. Lord Lugard. You cannot understand. Lord Lugard. After all, the only Lord our people knew that time was Lord in the Bible, which is Jesus Christ. Our Lord, which is Yahweh Yeshua, not Jesus. Yahweh Yeshua in the Bible. And somebody came and they said his name is Lord Lugard. Hey! Also our Lord Lugard in your village. That means he's a precursor to Jesus coming now. Do you see, are you now seeing the depth of our stupidity? as black people. Useless. Abominable. But I'm very, very happy that the man that I played his clip earlier and now this very article, he has gone straight to the point. What is that problem according to Dele Shobowale? Dele is saying that the problem is, I wish this Lugard or King or Queen of England can come and see the mess they have created by this one Nigeria from a Yoruba man. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We preach the gospel of truth, the gospel of redemption, the gospel of hope. If you take away your bias and listen to the preaching on Radio Biafra, you will understand that everything we say is the truth. That is why we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. That is why God gave us the blessing and the grace. Anything we say comes to pass. If our hands are tainted, if we are dark in our spirit, there is no way we can say something and it will come to pass. If the Spirit of God is not with us, if Elohim is not piloting IPOB, there is no way I will say anything will come to pass. But everything I say comes to pass. Because the presence of God is in our lives. The presence of Elohim is in our lives. We preach the gospel of truth. A Yoruba man have recognized it as before him, Awolowo did as well. He called it a mere geographical expression. A mere geographical expression. Mere geographical expression. That's what he called it. Let us continue. History does not tell us its alternatives, according to this Yoruba man. In other words, we don't know what would have happened if amalgamation had not occurred. What would have happened is that you would have been on your own, I will be on my own, Fulani will be on their own, and we can compete. Why is Asia doing very well? Because they are allowed to compete. People compete. Competition brings out the best in people. He continued to say, but we are now beginning to see the beginning of the end. He accepts. IPOB has destroyed the zoo. Of course we have. We are beginning to see the beginning of the end of the geographical expression. They formed and named Nigeria by the satraps' concubine. As somebody said today, he said, why are people complaining about side chicks? That some people are terrible, honestly. He said, after all, Nigeria was named by a side chick. Her name was Flora Shaw, the girlfriend of Lugard. The girlfriend of Lugard. They were living in sin. For those that claim they know the Bible, they were living in sin when she named you Nigeria. She was drunk. She went to a party in the evening in Ikoyi. They were dancing and making merry, having fun. Like, oh, darling, what do we call these niggers? Look at them. Say, darling, let's call them Nigerians. That's how you became a Nigerian. You were named by the concubine of a drunkard, a drunken woman in the night, without shame. Gave you Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. We Nigerians. And I keep saying it all the time. I don't know why God mixed me and these people together. Honestly, I like them. I don't like these people. They cannot reason. Like they don't reason. They don't think. They do not reason and they don't think. A concubine. Unbelievable. I am a Nigerian. A concubine living in sin named you Nigeria, and you're jumping up and down. Shameless fools everywhere. Shameless fools. I can't stand them. God in heaven knows I cannot stand a stupid black man. When I see a black African reasoning like an idiot, I just... Let me not say something that I will live to regret. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. And the world is listening to us because we are preaching the truth. The truth and nothing but the truth. That's what we preach here. Those who preach you. I have warned the Yoruba media before, please. Some of them are doing a very good job, but some are still trapped in their sinful ways. They said, they wrote, in fact, it's not even worth mentioning. We won't support South security outfit, militants. Who are these idiots? But it's from nations, but you have Amotekun in Yoruba land. You're gleefully writing, we won't support South security outfit, militants. That is not like South. As I reminded everybody the other day. Because our people don't know there is strength in unity. Anybody telling you about South or Niger Delta, that person is an agent of Fulani North. Because Fulani will never tell you, we are forming a Fulani security outfit. They will tell it is the North. And they will come all the way to Kwara State, all the way to Benue, all the way to Jalingo. From the Sahel. People never reason. When I see some of these governors say, oh, I'm a governor, I'm from the South, we the South. Ask yourself this question. Why is it that regardless of how dominant the Fulanis are, in terms of their religious, political, and should I say economic hegemony, they still want to take every other person in the North with them? What does that tell you? What does that tell you? But you are here dividing yourself. And this Yoruba person is writing, we won't support. Who are these militants, I ask? They won't support. And they're burning down markets. Bombs are going off. They say, it's cultism. Because these are cults. And I asked them, how come these cults started since this Janjaweed government came into place? Or the regime of the late Buhari? All of a sudden, cults are on the streets, killing people, shooting people in broad daylight. What sort of cultism is that? Militants. We say no to security outfit. They will take money from anything and they will write whatever rubbish suits them. Very, very sad indeed. We are live and we are direct, and this is Radio Biafra. Wherever you're joining us from, we are preaching the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Because that must be preached. That must be preached. Uzadema is trying to... there was a video I actually saw the other day, which is quite interesting. Very, very interesting. Do you know what that very video was saying? The video was saying, what was captured in that very video, saying, I don't know people who are calling, they shouldn't be calling, but they are. Our lines are not open. They should not be calling because our lines are not open. I saw a video. I want that video posted, please. Amaka, Chinasa, find that video. Any Igbo who touches an Hausa man should first kill me in Nyanwodo. I stand with the unity of Nigeria. I just every day. I think that Nigerian journalists, sometimes they do not recognize their responsibility. They don't understand how important their work is and the need to remain objective at all times. I know there is hunger. People have to feed their families. Of course, we are black people. Always the need of the stomach will always supersede whatever interest we are fighting for. In some people, I know that. But thankfully, and thank God for IPOB, we are not so disposed, so to speak. We do things differently here. But I think it is the duty of most journalists to try to report accurately what is happening and try to be as objective as possible in their analysis as well. Any Igbo who touches a Fulani man should first kill me. I stand with the unity of Nigeria. And today you are complaining that those people that you claim we should kill you before going to kill, that they're carrying assault weapons openly, which means there is something called foresight and judgment. Before you're voted in to become the US president, the most thing that concerns people is your judgment and foresight. If you have vision, if you can understand, if you can comprehend issues before they actually come to fruition. It appears that Nnamdi and his Haneze and Daran and Yushi, that they know nothing. So, before you kill any Fulani man, come and kill me first. And they're busy burning down businesses They are busy raping our mothers and cutting off their heads. They are busy abducting our daughters. And you're busy loving Nigeria's unity. Who is the fool? Who is the fool? Who is the fool? Things are so bad that even the fools that never said anything before regarding the deplorable state of security in our land, they are now speaking up. The former governor of Imo State, Zachiku Denwa, he said Southeast governor should form regional security outfit now. But he knows it's not possible. Who's going to form? Do you want them to be recalled? Their certificate of return taken from them and given to somebody else? Article they know it cannot happen. It's only IPOB, and very soon we will unveil. People say, they keep saying very soon, we are in a hurry. You are in a hurry. Now you realize you're in a hurry. So all these years we've been telling you, you didn't listen. Now you know you are in a hurry. Now you know that IPOB is right. Now you know that only IPOB can save you. Only now that you know. 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 Governor of Imo State, the former governor of Imo State, of course, Atiku Denwa, has expressed surprise that the governors of the Southeast are yet to form the regional security outfit in interview he granted to the Sun newspaper. Why would they form it? Why? If there is no IPOB, how is that possible? These are the people that, but when we formed it, all of you ran to your Fulani masters and said to them, Rank Kadede, that Nnamdi Kanu and all this is IPOB, what they're doing in our land. Anywhere he goes, people follow him. We need to do something. Come and help us. Come and kill him for us. As they say in Igbo, that's where it is. All of you that betrayed IPOB, now you know that only IPOB can save you. We are just keeping quiet to see if the governors will form, but of course we know they can't. Let them go and form now. Let's see who. Let them call people to come. Even offer them 50,000 each to come and see if anybody will talk to you. That is how disciplined we are. I don't think there's any movement in Africa, even before now, that is as disciplined as IPOB is. I don't think so. I don't think so. What we are pursuing. Everybody is now lamenting. Go and form a security outfit. Go and form. So when BSS was formed, what did you do? You sabotaged it. You sabotaged it for no reason. Not only Atiku Denwa, even former governor of course, one of their so-called leading lights, Jim Wobodo. A man I used to love and respect in those days. When we were young, when he was the governor of Anambra State, and Nnamdi was doing his magic in Imo. He was also doing very well in Anambra. And after a while, all that, that need to serve the Fulani, and he lost his way a bit. His name is Jim Wobodo. He has charged the governors of Southeast to make haste and establish regional security outfit in the mode of Amotekun without delay. Who is your... are you telling me that... So... let us be reasonable. Some people sometimes they wonder, why we're against Hope or them. We're against him because he's a Fulani stooge. Nobody voted for him. Are you telling me that Imo State, with the spate of defections from PDP to APC, and with a confirmed Fulani slave, in power in Imo State, you are telling me that Imo State House of Assembly will sit down, deliberate, and vote for security outfit? Is that what you're telling me? Of course, that is not true. You know that is not true. It can never, ever happen. And there are some people, instead of them to swallow their pride and their ignorance, their stupidity, and their hopelessness, and admit publicly that IPOB has always been right. No, they won't. Instead, the gossip from pillar to post, which I love anyway. Because I never respond. I love it, as I keep saying. If people are not talking about what you're doing, talking about your movement, talking about you, that means you're nothing. I remember once Elizabeth Taylor said that the worst thing, National Enquirer in America is a tabloid magazine that writes, very sensational and often very false account of the life of celebrities in Hollywood. And I recall Elizabeth Taylor, the very famous actress of Cleopatra and many more great movies. Like Elizabeth Taylor actually said once that not to be talked about on National Enquirer is worse than being talked about. Do you understand? Not to be mentioned means that you're nobody, you are nothing. It's better to be mentioned than not to be mentioned on National Enquirer, no matter how bad the story may be. So when people talk about us, I am so happy. We give people sleepless nights. I am so happy. People go to sleep thinking, oh, how do we pull down IPOB? What are we going to write tomorrow to make people hate them? But you know, our people are very clever. The more you write about us, the more they read about us, the more they come now to listen to Radio Biafra. The more thousands log in to listen to us, and millions all over the world, and the more they get the very good news and the more they stay. So it's a very good advert. People shouldn't worry themselves too much about it. It's a very good advert. I love it because they're talking about us. They can never talk about themselves. It's always about us because IPOB is everywhere. We are the largest mass movement on this very earth. I said the very largest on this very earth. The largest mass movement ever. Forget all the work that Britain and the zoo are doing to try to curtail our work, try to make sure that we don't get the level of exposure and reportage that we deserve. We continue to work. Because as they said, hard work never killed anyone. Hard work can never kill anybody. Instead, it will bring the right results. Nobody is lamenting. But you people were not lamenting when Operation Python Dance came to my house on the 14th of September because I set up BSS to protect you, to protect all of you. To protect all of you. You went and called Fulani to kill us. Now, they're killing our people. You're asking governors, the same governors that proscribed and banned IPOB, that connived to tag IPOB a terrorist group because somebody is looking to become the vice president to a Fulani man. Nwabolo lamented that there are many deaths in the region as a result of insecurity, noting that Nigerian police have been there without addressing the situation. They want something stronger, something that only IPOB can give. Only IPOB and nobody else. And they know it. They understand it. They are wasting their time. Even the gossipers, they know this very, very well. I love it. Everybody's waiting for IPOB to do something. And we are going to do something, I can assure you. And as we are planning to set up what will defend our people in the public, we are doing so privately now. Some of you can see it. But to give it a public face very soon is what we are working on. And as we are doing it, they continue to reduce the population of Benue communities. They janja with the Fulani people because they understand. They isolate you. They kill you. No fewer than 7 mourners were feared dead and scores injured in a fresh attack by armed headsmen, the Fulani headsmen, on Chongu. Say Ayev and Yohembe communities of Gumala government area of Benue State. These ones, they won't even let you bury your loved ones in peace. They go there and they slaughter you. It was gathered that the headsmen invaded Chongu community in Mbawa Council Ward, where mourners had gathered for a wake-keep at about 11 p.m. on Friday, killing 4 of the victims and injuring several others. If it is now in Biafra, they will say it is cultists. We have been trying to let the world understand this. We have been trying our best to let humanity come to the realization that terrible things are happening in the zoo. Terrible things are happening in the zoo. People are dying and people are being killed. According to an eyewitness, these suspects were the same people, the same gang that moved into neighboring Seayev and Tuyembe in Mbania Kindred, where they also attacked another group of mourners, shooting sporadically, killing 3 and injuring several of the mourners. Who gave them the guns? They said they came from Mali, they came from Chad, they're from Libya. Who gave them the guns? It is Toko Buratai, is the Fulani political class that gives them money, guns, to go and grab land for them. And that is what they're doing. And some of you are blind. Unfortunately, you cannot see it. Very, very sad indeed. The killings are continuing. Now they are targeting mourners. And the reason why this is very painful is that some of the people being targeted are also Biafran communities. You know, Biafra starts all the way from Benue into Kogi and all the way to Boni, all the way from Bakassi in the east to Ebanke, which is Ibakre in Edo State. And people keep asking me all the time, oh, they included Kogi, our Kogi. You know this foolishness with a Nigerian, the brain of a Nigerian. This evening, as was the case earlier, a few months ago when I did the similar piece on Benue State, I want to take time this evening. No, I won't take too much time because our time is coming up. I want to just, quickly rush through this for people to understand that there are Igbo communities in Kogi State. IGB or Igbo, yes. Ohanese abandoned them. Successive governors abandoned them because they dare not speak. They are serving the Fulani Caliphate. Oh, this man is an Igbo prominent. Rubbish. Crap. They were there when they carved out our land and called it Niger Delta. They were there when they carved. Do you know there are 3 Igbo local governments in Benue? They are part of the north. The Caliphate, the Fulani, considers them as their own property. The same thing in Kogi. Let me tell you, because some people do not know, so we tell them. They keep saying, Igbos, Southeast is too small for you because you gerrymandered the borders. And the stupid, hopeless, cowardly politicians allowed the flag. They know IPOB cannot allow them to get away with it. They know that very well. They limit Igbos to only the Southeast. Igbo Biafrans, of course. They don't know that we have been, I've said it before, a gala. As I've said before, in Obosi, they have the Ata of Obosi. You have a gala people in Obosi. Obosi in Anambra State today. So that goes to tell you, but I won't dwell on that now. There is a place called Akpanya under Egalamela. Some of you know Egalamela, Odolu local government area of Kogi. It is Igbo. There is Wajala, the son of the soil. Wajala. Umoye, Ubulie Umweze, under a Baji local government of Kogi, in Kogi State. They said it's part of the Caliphate, part of oh, my people perish out of ignorance. Ignorance is a disease. Kogi is Biafra. There is a Bokwe Ozara, Amaeke in Kogi. Hi. These people are evil. And he's a distinguished politician. None of them ever rose up to ask Fulani, why are you taking Igbo land and carving it into states you say are in the north? They kept quiet. All that mattered to them was allocation. Once you give them money, that's all. They sell their soul and their conscience. That is why their people are being killed and they cannot rise up to do something about it. Ebokwe Ozara Ameke Amampo Amo Camp Amo Ukwu Ama Diefioha Amufulu and many more. There's also in Igalamela Odolu, the government area in Kogi. They say, why Nnamdi Kanu, you added Kogi to your map of Biafra. Yeah, tell us why. Can you hear them? Ask ridiculous questions. There are many more. There is a Kavrugo, for those who don't know, under the semi-Baji local government area. That is what they have done to us. And some of you are busy salivating over Sanusi because you don't love, or you don't love yourselves, so to speak. Not others, you don't love your own self. Have you forgotten that it was Sanusi that killed Akaluka? This Sanusi is a murderer, don't you know that? A supporter of child marriage, don't you know? I saw some of them, and I have said it before. Anybody you see with a Biafran name writing about Sanusi, as I will read very shortly, that person was fathered by a vandal from the north. Fathered by a vandal from the north. You can hear, even when this man was dethroned, the whole BBC wrote, Nigeria's Emir of Kanu dethroned for disrespect. Have BBC ever written about an Igwe before, or Eze? Say Nigeria's Eze or Nigeria's Igwe. But they said Nigeria's Emir, to give the world the impression that Nigeria is an Islamic enclave. But some of you cannot understand. I will read the BBC headline for you. Nigeria's Emir of Kanu dethroned for disrespect. Manipulating your minds, telling the world Nigeria is an Islamic caliphate. Not knowing that they are in the minority. That these people came from Futajalon, these people are wanderers. These are Normans that drink the blood of cattle. These are some of you are promoting him. Oh, he's going to be the next Sanusi for president. I laughed. I said, I don't know the type of God that created me and these people together. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And rightfully so. There's a group in Yoruba land have asked him to return to the north, which is where he belongs. Which is where he belongs. And there are some people running around rallying support for Igbo presidency. You are wasting your time. Presidency is not our problem. Our problem is Biafra. Not your useless presidency. We're not doing anything with it. So it's just for them to be able to understand. We don't need your presidency. We need Biafra. It's Biafra that we need. We need Biafra, not your useless presidency. And at last, they have also acknowledged that the economy is not working. Even Dangote have said the economy is not working. And somebody said, with the likes of you, how can the economy work? He runs a cartel, a monopoly, more or less, salt, sugar, pasta, and cement. eBay to try to challenge him, which is the hallmark of any, should I say, laissez-faire economy. Capitalist economy. They jailed him. He does money laundering. When they steal money, they give it to him. He will wash it clean for them using his businesses. Africa's richest man, my foot. So that is a fact. That is what is happening. And that brings us to an end of our proceedings this very evening. But before I close, I must make it very clear. I had a meeting with the USA family leadership, doing a very marvelous work in the USA. I'll be there, of course, our North America rep, and Dr. Koro, who is the USA coordinator. Fantastically well, they're doing very well. But I have made it very clear that I want every state in the United States of America to be independent, to be autonomous. You report to Dr. Koro, who is the national coordinator, of course. He directs what happens. But I have said it that every state in America must grow, and must grow very, very speedily. We need every state in America participating. We need people to tell their people there to rise up and be part and parcel of what we are doing. We need our people in America to rise up and be part of this restoration of Biafra. Therefore, we are making it very clear that every state, every blessed month, must be able to remit their funds straight to Germany. I have said that before, and I'm repeating that tonight. And we'll also announce this evening that IPOB is not in the business of appointing traditional rulers in Biafra land. That is not our remit. That is not our job. We do not have any designated IPOB traditional rulers. What we have are traditional rulers who understand what we are doing and wish to identify with IPOB. We do not give certificates to anybody to become an Igwe or Eze in Biafra land. No. Your community must appoint you first before we give you any measure of recognition. And with that, we have come to the end of our proceedings this evening. This is Radio Biafra. We thank you for listening. And as we have always maintained very studiously, Biafra is our religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship because Chukwukika Biama Elohim is our God. From me, from here, until next time, it is good evening. To Facebook. We are back. They can't stop us. If you cut us off 10,000 times, I will return 10,000 times. I will preach the gospel that Elohim has given me to preach. In truth and in every honesty. I just had a sip of water. We are live. Tell them we are live on Facebook on my page. Nnamdi Kanu. We are live on my Facebook page. 400,000 followers, which is nothing anyway. But that's what Facebook allowed me to have. That's the original one, the original page where you can find me. My goodness. We are back on my Facebook page to preach the gospel of heaven. I am here. David Nnamdi, I'm here. Ebube Favor, I'm here. Kelechi Uchenna Nwobodo. What are you talking about? We are live and direct. I want to preach a gospel this evening that Elohim asked me to preach about the Yoruba race, so that they may turn from what they are doing and become good people. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by Facebook. I wanted to assert with every degree of certainty that the Yoruba race were never one people before. It was due to war and conquest that made them one. A war and conquest that Igbo people never embarked upon. The Egba nation is a separate people. The Egbas are separate people. From the Oyo, from the Ijebu, separate. The only thing that unites them is the Oyo Empire. That's the only thing that unites them. And to prove it to you, as I'm telling you, just be jotting them down, be writing them down. Egba Nation, Egba, EGBA, they have their own national anthem. Do you know that? The same way Urobo has, because some of you don't know that the song I play these days first, before I play Rex Lawson, is Urobo national anthem. Some of you don't know. I play it. If you like, I can play it for you again. Yoruba they have their own national anthem. I play Urobo national anthem every blessed day. Some of you don't notice, but I do. I want to play it again for you, so that some of you who may not know will know that we are everywhere. This is Urobo national anthem. Urobo national anthem. Did you hear that? That was Urobo national anthem. The same way that Egba in Yoruba land, Egba kingdom, they have their own national anthem. They have the Egba anthem. I don't speak Yoruba. I would have tried to read out the words for you. But I know this one says, Lori Oke Owun Upetele. I don't want to make mistakes, please. They have Egba. They have their own national anthem. I want to prove to Yoruba journalists that this their divide and rule is not good. It is not good. Yoruba, your divide and rule, this thing you're helping Fulani to divide people and conquer them is evil. Because at a time, you were not one nation. Nobody has dug in to be saying, oh, by the woman, by man, or your man. No. We respectfully refer to all of you as Yoruba. Why do you always want to come into Biafra land to divide people? Why? Oh, because you two need access to oil. I've forgotten. Alakija and Otedola. It's all oil, isn't it? Zoo. What happened to the Yoruba? What is happening to us now happened to them. What is happening today to us happened to them. Do you know that... I'm going to give you a bit of history. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hi, Elohim. Uthman Danfodio, whose grandson was Ahmadu Bello. I want to tell you why Fulani hates our people so much. I want to tell you why Fulani want to take over Delta State. I want to tell you why they are in Okpanam, which the Obi of Okpanam or the traditional ruler in Okpanam did not see. I want to teach him tonight what he never knew. The all-conquering Fulani man that came from Futajalon. He was actually born in Gober. His name is Uthman Danfodio, the man that said he would dip the Quran in the Atlantic. He, first of all, I will tell you what the history book says about him. I'll read. Following a jihad led by Uthman Danfodio and a rapid consolidation of the Hausa city-states of contemporary northern Nigeria, the Fulani Sokoto Caliphate invaded and annexed the Buffer Nupe kingdom. Nupe were ancient people. Fulani swallowed them. Listen, all of you talking about one Nigeria, you are preparing your own death. Go and dig your grave because Fulani is coming. The more you say one Nigeria, please go and be digging your grave because all of you will be swallowed up. Now listen. They have cut us now. They have left us at about 7.6K. We will continue. If you like, there will be only one person left. I will preach. They invaded and took over Nupe kingdom. They now started to advance southwards into Oyo lands. Shortly afterwards, the Fulani army overran Yoruba military capital in Ilorin. You know, Yoruba Irats never looked it over. They never talk about Ilorin. They don't like it. And that's how to cure them. Anywhere you see a Yoruba Irat writing rubbish, simply go and take the history of Ilorin and dump it on the thread. They will disappear. You know, they are masters at deflection. If you write something now, they will never debate you on that thing. They say, oh, but Ojukwu ran to Ivory Coast. If you're stupid, you follow them. Ignore them. Bring them back to the subject matter. If they refuse, after 2 attempts, you give them Ilorin. Anything they say, you remind them of Ilorin. Ilorin was the military capital of Yoruba people. Where the IRA on Okakan for wars, Afonja, their overall field marshal. it was overrun by the Fulanis. They overran it. After they took Nupe, the same thing they're not doing to us. Can you see what they're doing? The same pattern. They have the same strategy. The same pattern. It never changes. But my only happiness now is we are everywhere. The world is watching. They are pretending they don't know. I know that the British High Commissioner is covering up for the Fulanis as best as possible. The U.S. ambassador is doing her best to cover up all the atrocities. We are waiting for them to start. We are in our land, and they came, so we are waiting for them to start. Once they start and we unleash our own madness, nobody will now say that, oh, but the Nigerians now, they are free to travel to anywhere. Are you following? Now listen. They overran Yoruba military capital of Ilorin, and then they sacked Fulani. Hi, Yoruba, why are you following Fulani? Now look at what they did to you. Why are you following them? They destroyed Oyo Ile. Fulani destroyed Oyo Ile. Today, Yoruba is following Fulani, and I'm asking why. Why, Yoruba? Why? Oyo Ile, which was the royal seat of the Oyo Empire, the great Oyo Empire. Their royal seat was at Oyo Ile. Do you know the Fulanese sacked them and killed them? Today, Yoruba is serving Fulani. Hey, unbelievable. Following this, Fulani so much dealt with Yoruba that Yoruba abandoned Oyo Ile and they ran south. In other words, Fulani have been chasing Yoruba into... Hey, history is very good. They have been chasing Yoruba. They sacked them. Yoruba abandoned Oyo Ile. They ran. Yoruba ran away from Oyo Ile. They ran inside. They ran. Hey. They abandoned their city. Yoruba abandoned their city and retreated southwards into the city of Oyo. Then it was then known as Agodi Oyo or Oyo Atiba. In a forest, they ran into the bush because the horses cannot come into the bush to hunt them down and kill them. Yoruba ran into the bush when the Fulanis came. Do you see why they want Biafra to be conquered as well? So instead of Yoruba to help to fight Fulani, Yoruba is helping Fulani to conquer other people because they are angry that they were conquered by the Fulanis. Hey, Eligwe, they give me a message and I give to the living. I want Yoruba to wake up. I say everything I say so that Yoruba can wake up. If you're angry, you wake up. Just wake up and do something. Look at how Fulani disgraced you. Look at how Fulani humiliated you. Chased you from one capital to the other. Anywhere you are, Fulani will be chasing you. And today you're serving Fulani because of presidency. Ordinary presidency. Hey, ordinary presidency. Oh, Fulani chased Yoruba into the forest, oh. Hey. Oh, man. Yoruba took carried their rubber, and the royals stood into the forest. They ran into the forest. Oyo and the Ileife are also different people from Elijah. These are different nations, bound together through war and conquest. Yoruba was never one nation before. I never wanted to preach this very good, but I had to preach it. Because they believe in dividing people. You come to Ikwere land that you know is Igbo. You have Igbo, you have Nwike, you have Peter Odele, you have Chibika Amechi. You know these are Igbo names. You know these are Igbo people. But out of spite and wickedness, you want to divide us. You go to Izon, the proper name. You tell them you're Niger Delta. You forgot that most of them there are from Arochukwu. Thank you, Briggs. Are you not from Aro? You don't have Arochukwu blood in you. Don't have Arochukwu blood in you. A woman that I adore and respect, of course, immensely. I do. But I want her to stop all the whole Niger Delta nonsense. I can't stand it. Which known family in a John land that doesn't have Arochukwu blood? I say name the family. Name it. Which family in a John land that doesn't have Arochukwu blood during slavery? Name now. Give me a name. We have the evidence, you know. Illegal. We have the evidence. Yoruba or your man is different from Ile-Ife. Ile-Ife is different from Elaje. You're different from Egba. You're different from Ijebu. I've counted 5. But why do you want to divide other people? I ask you. We must continue. Now listen very well. I want Hausa to listen. This message is for Hausa people. I am giving Hausa a message. Hausa, it is a message for you. The same way I've given Yoruba their own message, I'll give you yours. Let me tell you, and as I'm warning Hausa, it is also a warning for the Igbo sophisticated Fulefus in America. Are you listening? Shehu Usman Danfodio, Otman Danfodio. His name when he was born was Usman bin Fodio. I want to prove to you the link between the Fulani Caliphate and Saudi Arabia. Elohim. Uthman Danfodio was born on the 15th of December 1754. He was born in a place called Gobir. Gobir, G-O-B-I-R, is an Hausa town. Do you know when he died? By the time he had finished dealing with the Hausa people, they renamed it Sokoto. Can you believe that? He was born in Gobir. He's like somebody being born in Obunike. The Fulani is now being born. The Fulani did there in Obunike. Let's say he gives birth now to a child, like Otman Danfodio. That child will grow up in a place called Obunike. But by tomorrow, that place will become Sokoto Allah, as they have Katsina Allah in Benue. Can you believe that? Hey. He was a teacher. A religious teacher. He claimed he came to teach, that he knows how to teach Quran. But he was also a revolutionary. He was also a military leader. He was a writer, and wait for it, a promoter of Sunni Islam. Sunni Islam, practiced by Saudi Arabia. You see where the Fulanis get all their nonsense, their link to Saudi Arabia from Otman Danfodio. He preached Sunni Islam. And he was the founder of Sokoto Caliphate. So all these Obunike, those in Amansia, all the people you're selling land to, they will give birth to their children. Their children will kill our children, and they will rename our towns. Obunike will change. Amansia will change. Opa will change. All the places you have sold land to Fulani, in the next 70 years, their names will be different. And that was your gift to our generation as an enlightened Igbo leader. Do you see why I hate Ohaneze with a passion? If you know what I know, you won't just hate them. If you see them, you put a knife to their throat. These are evil men. Look at what the same people, what they did to Hausa, is what these idiots want them to do to us. Hey, Chineke, man. He found the Sokoto Caliphate. Hausa was no longer good enough. The Hausa that was hosting them peacefully. Hausa people are peaceful people. Hausa was hosting them peacefully in Gobir, hosting them. Uthman Danfodio said he's a teacher. The Hausa king of Katsina said, come on.